and welcome to Kansas Speedway, Kansas City, Kansas. The site for tonight's full throttle sim racing truck series action here tonight. 100 miles are going to be running around this really fast and really wide track. Unfortunately, the top side is where you want to be, and there's a small little bit of track that you really want to use here. So we're going to see some tight racing here tonight, and we're going to see some guys actually fighting for the top side for a change, and only the top side. My name is Brody Hanna. I'll be bringing you the action here tonight, doing a little solo broadcast here, and we're looking forward to having a little fun with this and having fun with these guys here on Full Throttle Sim Racing. They're currently in practice, going to go to qualifying here shortly, and these guys will get set up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you here the results right now in practice, so we can kind of look for this in qualifying. Tonight, right now in practice, John Borsch leads in the number 9 truck at a 31.540. Keep that time in mind. We'll see if he can better that, or if somebody betters that in qualifying. Sherwood Wilford currently second. Sherwood always fast and consistent, looking good tonight. Kevin Giadrasic in third, right there with those guys, always fast as well. Mike Grandy, Tony Schoen round out your top 5. You've got Jeff Sharp, David Hensley, Brian Bliss, Jamie Christensen, and Mike Geiringer rounding out your top 10. So we'll watch for those guys and see who can grab this pole tonight here at Kansas Speedway. While we're talking, we want to go to the upcoming events here on Full Throttle TV for the FTSR Truck Series. The first race, or the next race coming up, is going to be October 25th at Martinsville Speedway. Then we'll head to Texas Motor Speedway November 1st, November 8th, ISM Raceway Phoenix, if you know it by that name. And then we'll round out the season November 15th and crown a champion at Homestead Miami Speedway. Looking forward to that. And speaking of champion, we're going to look at the point standings. They did just kick the qualifying, so we'll catch that here in just a minute. But right now, the FTSR Truck Series point standings, you got Brian Bliss up top by 13 over Brian Conklin. A couple Brians there at the top of the screen there. Jason Spear, currently only 15 behind. Mike Grandy, 17 behind. All these guys really close, and it gets even closer as you go back. Jeff Bratton, 18, one behind 4th place. And then David Hensley, 20 back in 6th place. Dustin Swingle, Jeff Sharp, Bernard Person, and Sherwood Williford round out your top 10 right now in points. And you see how close it is. 10th place is only 29 points back. That can be gained here tonight. So a lot on the line. This track is really tricky. Anything can happen. And with everybody wanting to run that high line that up against the wall, it's going to be tough for these guys to make passes, and could lead to some contact. So we'll watch for that as well. Like I said, they did kick off the qualifying. We're going to go ahead and get a live look in at the current qualifying positions. Actually, there's no times posted as of yet, so we'll hold off just a minute. While we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and look at our race analysis here tonight. Tonight, we're going to be running 67 laps, 100 miles around this 1.5 mile oval, 4 turns in the corner, progressive banking, 17 to 20 degrees in banking, 20 up near the wall, 17 at the bottom, and that's when you'll see these guys kind of drift up towards the wall. It was opened in 2001 and just recently got a repave, so it's really fast. I talked about the high line versus low line. One reason is it's so much less banking at the bottom. Plus, with the high temps here today, it's going to be ever more important to run the high side. Although you will see on restarts, guys dive to the bottom, try to make that ever famous slide job move, and try to take the position away from the guy on the top, and that could lead to issues as well. But it should be fun for us to watch here on Full Throttle TV. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast on YouTube, and we look forward to some great racing once they get going here. Like I said, we're going to look into qualifying here. Let's see what we've got currently. Looks like John Borsch right now holds the provisional pole at 31.548, right on top of the same time he posted in practice. Kevin Giadrasic, if you look though, how close these guys are. 1,000th of a second off the pole in the 6 truck. It's got to be heartbreaking for him, but man, these guys are close. Tony's showing another guy here in the 31. He's only about a 1,000th off. So a lot of guys up there with a lot of speed. and they're going to try their best here. Stephen Cox running at your top 10 currently right now. So as soon as they finish up, I'll give you the word, and we'll consider this official. But right now, we've still got trucks on the track. Just a reminder of today's race weather. Afternoon is our time of day here at Kansas. Partly cloudy, 78 degrees. Default iRacing weather, all the normal things you would expect here. And these guys are in for a slick track. Honestly, this after about 7 laps, the truck starts to slide around, especially off the corner. So we're going to see that. And these guys also said that it can push a little bit too. You slide up in the wall, and that damage is really going to hurt you. Speaking of the damage, that's one of the 3 keys to the race today. You want to hug that wall. The passes for the lead are probably going to be made on the outside after maybe a mistake. You may see some dives to the bottom, but you want to hug the wall and protect your line. Key number 2, minimize your damage. You're running right up against the wall. You want to really be careful and take care of your truck and be around at the end with a clean truck without damage to really fight for one of these wins. And last but not least is your restarts. Restarts are going to be pivotal. Like I said, you're going to have people diving to the bottom in turns 1 and 2 on the restarts. And how you protect that, or how you do with that, the lane you choose on the restarts is going to be really important. We may even see the guys start taking the outside lane on the starts and restarts, and we'll see if that's the case too. So lots going on here, and a lot can happen here at Kansas Speedway. Like I said, it's fast, so when things happen, they happen quick. So looking forward to some action tonight, one way or the other, and these guys are going to get their chance to show what they are made of. And they just wrapped up qualifying. Here in a second, we'll go through the starting lineup and get you guys set for the race. Like I said, 67 laps here tonight, and that's going to be 100 miles. And then don't forget, guys, after this is finished, we have the Xfinity Series coming up at 9:30 tonight from Kansas as well. So once we're finished here, there's more racing to be had. We'll be at Kansas Speedway in the Xfinity car at 9:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. Make sure to check us out, and we look forward to that. All right, I think we're about set, so we're going to go ahead and give you guys the starting grid. On the pole tonight in the 9 truck, that's going to be your man John Borst. After winning practice, he took the pole. Second place is going to be Kevin Giadrasic in the 6 truck. In third place, you have the 31 of Tony Schoen, and the 73 of Jeff Sharp will be on his outside. In 5th place is going to be the 14 of Lane Allen. In 6th place, you have the 12 of Will Long from Florida. In 7th, you have Charles Widener in the 95 truck. And on the outside of him, you're going to have Sherwood Williford looking to have a good points night tonight. In 9th place, you've got the famous 43. That's going to be David Hensley. And then the 10 truck of Mike Grandy is going to start 10th on his outside. Starting 11th is the 64. That's going to be Stephen Cox. And then Dustin Schwingle will be on his outside. Starting 13th is the 88 truck of Jamie Christensen. The 98 of TJ Bartell will be starting on his outside in 14th. Starting from the 15th position is the 24 truck. That's going to be Derek Branham. And in 16th is Chris Hughes in the 29. Starting 17th is going to be last week's winner from Talladega, Jason Spear. In 18th place is going to be the 37 of Brian Conklin. In 19th place, you've got the 4 of Brian Bliss. Not a really good start for him tonight, but he's been fast. And only outside of him is going to be the 59 of Ralph Blair. Starting 21st, that's going to be the 80 of Kevin Cochran. And then in 22nd, Matthew Geringer in the 11 truck is going to start 22nd. 23rd, you have the 21 of Sean Russell. And 24th, there's no 24th position apparently. 25th is going to be the 75. That's going to be Brian Stevenson, and that's going to round out your field. 26 is going to be Jeff Bratton, as we're getting ready to go green, guys. Here we are through 3 and 4. Waiting on the green. And the green flag's out, and we're underway here at Kansas. All the trucks head into turn 1, and it's showtime. It's about time to see what lane you're going to choose here on the start. Looks like the 9 is looking to get up high, but then protects to the middle. And it's the 6 of Kevin Giadrasic right on his bumper through 1 and 2. And everybody fans out behind him down the back. Looks like they're bump drafting heading into turn 3 with the 6 and the 9 trying to get away, and everybody else following. Tony Schoen into 3rd, Jeff Sharp into 4th. Coming off 4 to complete lap 1, it's going to be John Borst leading the pack. Well, you saw the 6 get really close to the wall there. We're going to see that all night tonight. And the 9 of Borst is going to try to capitalize. Everybody fighting for that top spot. Got a little side-by-side action back here with a lot of the guys who started about in the top 10, the second half of the top 10. Still trying to sort it out here. And like I said, preferred line's the top, so everybody's going to be trying to get to the top and just haven't quite. Ooh, we almost saw contact there between the 10 of Grandy and I believe it was the 98 of TJ Bartell. Well, Grandy almost got the wall there, and TJ Bartell's going to take advantage of that and take that position. As well as looks like the 88 of Christensen is going to try to squeeze in there. Gets a little tight. They make it. We complete lap 3 here. Watching the Grandy and looks like a TJ Bartell slid back behind him, and right behind him is the 43 of David Hensley. Meanwhile, up front, you're not missing anything. These guys are still 1 and 2, but it looks like the 6 truck is actually starting to put a little pressure. That's Kevin Giadrasic looking to put a little pressure on the 9 of Force to take this lead. Let's jump on board with Kevin, kind of see what he sees here. Going into turn 3, you'll see these guys right up against the wall. You don't want to touch it though, because if you touch it, you will get stuck on it. We saw that in practice anyway. You want to get close, but not too close. And here he goes. He's going to look to the inside. That's not the preferred way to make the passes here, but he may be able to try and make this happen. He's going to look. You see, they got some space between them and the next truck there. 3rd place is Tony Schoen still holding 3rd, Jeff Sharp 4th, Lane Allen 5th currently. Looks like we're going to have a battle here shortly. To go down the back stretch. It looks like the 9 gets a good jump off the corner there. And that's what you want to do if you can, is back the corner up a little bit, get a good run off, and see if you can make that pass. Coming around, complete lap 7. 7 laps on the board for these guys. Looks like the 31 is showing, starting to ease in on these guys. He may have something to say about this. He has. He's caught him quite a bit here. While back here, we've still got a battle for position. Nothing's changed so far. Like I said, this is going to be a tough track to pass on. He's going to have to find a way around him, or wait and see if John makes a mistake. Looks like he gets a good run off the corner here, and the 6 is going to look to the inside. He thinks better of it. And I'm telling you, you better get going, because the 31 is going to run him down here shortly. He's going to be there. So John gets a little loose off the corner. This is about the time that the truck starts getting loose. 11 laps in, and you're going to see this truck starting to step out. And eventually somebody's going to make that mistake of turning the wheel a little too much, and it could cost them. And now we got 3 under a blanket here up front. As Tony Schoen has called them, has run them down. He's right there with these guys. And currently Jeff Sharp's trying to close as well. He's about a second behind these guys. Lane Allen currently running 5th still. Will Long 6th. Dustin Schwingle is 7th, and Mike Grandy 8th. And we got a battle for the lead. The 6 is dove to the bottom. He's going to try to make that bottom side work, and he's got a little bit of a run. And he does. He clears it. Going into turn 1, we have a lead change. The 6 of Kevin Giadrosic has taken over the lead. Now the 31's breathing down the neck of the 9. He's going to look low as well. Looks like the 9's starting to struggle a little bit with handling. Yeah, everybody tiptoeing off that turn 2. Trucks are starting to get a little out of control. Just looking back through the pack here, seeing if we have anything developing. Everybody's pretty much in a line now. Everybody's searching for that high side, trying to take care of their truck. The 6 continues to lead. The 9's still in second. 31 looking for a way around. It looks like he's going to duck to the inside here. This is for second place, and that's Schoen on Borst. He's not clear, so he's going to have to run this bottom. And we talked about how tricky actually he's going to try to... Oh! He tried to make a hole, and it wasn't there. And that's going to put the 9 in the wall, but looks like he's going to continue. The right front's wrinkled up a little bit here on the truck. It's going to affect him a little bit damage-wise, but wasn't that hard of a hit, and he should be all right to continue. Maybe be able to battle his way back up to the front. completed 18 laps over scheduled 67 so far, all green flag to this point, and interesting to see how the fuel pit strategy works out. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I believe they'll have to make one stop here tonight, and should factor into the win here if you have a good pit stop, or if you have a bad pit stop, it could really hurt you here. You see trucks starting to really get loose off that turn 2. Got 73 of Sharp here. Started 4th, currently running 3rd, right around where he started, and just kind of hanging in there, doing what Jeff usually does, just kind of takes it easy, lets the race come to him, then he'll charge towards the end. He'll be there around at the end. Takes care of his equipment, and really solid driver. Lane Allen currently running 4th. Great run for Lane. Lane had some heartbreak at Talladega, had some issues, and looking to rebound here at Kansas. Currently doing a great job running 4th. In 5th place, you have the 12 of William Long. Another really good, solid, consistent driver. Just biding his time. Probably waiting for pit stops to happen before he gets too involved. You see the 29, we caught a glimpse of Chris Hughes in the 29 making an unscheduled pit stop. Unfortunately, had some contact with wall. Battle for position here. The 33 of Williford looking under the 64 of Stephen Cox. Doing it the hard way here. That bottom is so hard to use. You have to be so patient, and I still don't think it has the speed the top lane has if you're running right. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for guys trying to pass on the bottom. Jump on board with 33 of Clifford. See if he has any more success. Actually, looking up in front of him, you have Stephen Cox, Mike Grandy, Charles Widener, and then John Forrest. And John's kind of, with that damage, just kind of checked everybody back up to Williford. And but there's nowhere to go. As you see the guys just lined up there, it's just so hard to pass. I mean, you got a guy, Forrest is struggling with handling after hitting the wall, but there's nowhere for these guys to go. We'll see. Sure who that is. Widener. Looks like Widener's having connection issues. Got a little loose off turn 2 as well, I think. So he jumped to the bottom, and now you're going to see him get freight trained on the high side. That's just the way this Kansas Speedway races right now. Sherman's going to try to fill that hole. Wasn't really sure if that hole was going to be there or not. Did the wise thing and backed off, but looks like Widener's committed to the bottom, and he's going to slide up in front of him. Let's jump on board with the 10 of Mike Grandy. He's riding right behind Forrest. Like I said, Forrest kind of holding his line up a little bit after that damage. Grandy's trying to find a way around it. See how close they get to these walls. I mean, you're right there. Some people kind of say it's kind of like Darlington, but it's a lot different than Darlington. But you can still get one of those Darlington stripes if you're not careful. I guess it'd be a Kansas stripe. As you see, the 64, Stephen Cox dived to the bottom trying to make a pass. Some success, making some room down, making some gains on the bottom there. That's good to see. And 64 is still going to try to make that work on the bottom with the 9 of Forrest. Almost a little contact coming off turn 2. I'm surprised to see him have as much success on the bottom as he has. And that's good news for the other guys. If they see this, they're going to think they have some options down there. And he's going to clear the 9. So he took the 10 and the 9, all within 2 laps. That's going to move him up to 7th place here in the standings in the order. So Stephen Cox showing some speed early. Meanwhile, just to give you a recap up front, you got Kevin Giodricic up front in the 6th truck. About a second back, it's going to be Tony Schoen. And then about a second back from him is going to be Jeff Sharp. So this guy's kind of spread out. And then almost a second back to Lane Allen. So everybody's kind of spread out, about a second apart up front. So we're looking here at some of the action that's going on. And we just saw the 64 use the bottom. Is the 10 going to try it as well? These guys, you just know they're struggling so much right now with grip. And it looks like the 98's actually ventured to the bottom. It looks like the 10 truck of Mike Grandy caught the wall there off turn 2. That's going to back him up. Him and the 4 is close. Mike's got some pretty significant damage on the back of his truck as well. Makes me think maybe somebody got into him when he got the wall. Back up front and see maybe if somebody, that'd be the 95 with Widener that was right behind him. These guys are 3 wide right here. And you see the 10 get loose and take the 4, and there's going to be our first caution. The 10 gets loose and clips the 4 truck and turns the 4 around. You saw it live here. It's unfortunate for Brian Bliss, the 10 car. It's more damage for him. But that's going to be our first caution. We'll go back and look at it right quick. You saw it live here, but we're going to focus in here a little bit. So you're going to see, let's back it up a little. You're going to see the 10 truck get loose right there off the corner, comes down the track, and gets the corner of the 4 there, turns the 4 straight up the track. Great job out of the 43 right behind all this, David Hensley, to miss this this accident, and all the guys behind him, really. The 4 ended up sitting in the middle of the track, and looks like everybody was able to kind of find their way by. Unfortunate for the 4 truck, but hopefully not that much damage. He'll be able to continue and hopefully be competitive here. We've got pit stops. We're going to go to the 6 truck and watch his stop. See if anybody can beat him off pit road here. And we'll see if John Borsk can maybe get some of that damage fixed and become a factor here late in the race as well. All right, pit stops are complete. Looks like the 6 is going to lead him off pit road. The 31 is showing right behind him. And looks like Jeff Sharp's going to be 3rd. So there's your top 10 after pit stops. Kevin Giodricic is able to hold first place. Tony Schoen comes out 2nd as well. 3rd, late Sharp. 4th is Allen. 5th is Long. Looks like everybody came out kind of like they started, and kind of held position. No big changes there. Kevin Cochran up to 9th place. Actually, he may have made an unscheduled pit stop. No, he's actually 7th now. So after the results, I kind of cycled through here. Cochran up to 7th, so that's a good run for him. We'll go back through 11th through 20th and let you guys find your favorite driver. Jeff Bratton's making some gains after starting in the rear, up to 18th. And then 21st through 30th, or 25th. And there's Brian Bliss and Mike Grandy after that accident, falling back, and then Chris Hughes with that unscheduled pit stop early, currently in 25th. Let's see if we can talk to somebody right quick. Who we want to talk to here? Well, we'll hold it for another caution.
Disconnected.
All right, so they're getting the one to go here, getting ready to go back green. It's going to be Giadricic on the inside, and to the outside is Showing. And another one of these action-packed restarts are coming to try to see which way these guys want to play this. I think you can dive to the bottom on the initial start, kind of make the bottom work. But by turn 3, you kind of want to be on the high side. So you want to make sure and make that pass and clear them, or else you may be freight train like we saw earlier on the bottom. It will happen here. So these guys have some options and have some decisions to make. Looks like Giotto says she's going to stick with the bottom lane. And we're going to see what these guys can do on this start. All right, pace car is going to be pulling off here shortly. And here we go. We're going to get ready for the restart. The guy's waiting on the green flag here. Waiting.
Green.
Waiting, and the green's out, and we're back underway, and the 6 truck does get a great jump, and is actually going to use a little bit of that apron to kind of extend his lead if he can. And on the inside, that's the 73 of Sharp trying to make something happen as well, and maybe try to take second here. Through 1 and 2. And the 73 was able to clear the 31 of Showing, so that's going to give the 73 second place. And here we go to the high side as these guys kind of get single file. They know where the fast lane is. Coming through 3 and 4. And looks like we're 3 wide back here with the 43 in the middle. Boy, these guys are getting aggressive here already early. The 88 of Christensen, and looks like the 37 of Conklin. 3 wide. And they kind of sort that out. The 43 wisely dives back behind the 88 there and kind of sorts that out. Meanwhile, the 21's going to look inside the 37 right behind them and try to take that position. The 21 of Sean Russell, the 37 of Conklin. And even farther behind those guys, you see some more battles. So getting racy here. Lap 37 of 67. We're already past halfway. And these guys are getting after it and realize that they've got to go. This battle right here is for 12th and 13th. So even as far back as 12th and 13th, they know they have to go. Meanwhile, up front, things are kind of status quo. The Giadricic in lead, 73 is Sharp second, Tony Showing third, Dustin Swingle fourth. Dustin jumped up to fourth. That's a big jump for him as well. And then John Borst back up to 5th place, so maybe he's trying to have a little return to the front here. And those guys are teammates. As you saw last week in Talladega, those guys are really good at the plate tracks, and this is somewhat similar, still the lifting, but a lot of on-throttle time here. Jump on board with Dustin Swingle here as he chases down Tony Showing in third. You hear how quick they are back to the throttle. These guys, have very little off-throttle time, especially on new tires. Actually, I heard some of the guys say they actually can floor it through turns 1 and 2 with new tires. See how much I have to play with the throttle now there. Once you start getting some laps on the tires get hot, the temperatures come up, and these things start sliding around a little bit. Looking back to the teammate of Schwingle, that's Porsche back there, our pole sitter, trying to rebound after having contact a little bit with the wall. Truck seems really good on new tires. We'll have to see if he has the same issues on old tires we saw in the first run. Got quite a pack back here. Let's see, from 9th on back, this would be Williford. In the, well, actually, 7th, Stephen Cox. All these guys are right here together. And actually, it looks like the 33 is going to be looking to make a move. .33 looking to the outside of the 95, and then looks to the inside of the 95. The 88 dives to the bottom of the 98 after checking out after all that. So going down the back here, we're looking at the 33 right now of Sherwood Williford. Sherwood started 8th, currently running 9th. No real big gain or loss there. Right behind him is the 98 of TJ Bartel, who started 14th up to 10th, made a few gains. And then right behind him, we saw the aggressive move to the inside. That's the 88 of Jamie Christensen, gained about 2 spots from his starting position. Right behind him is the 43. David Hensley. David's lost a few spots from his starting spot. Currently 12th, started 9th. Right behind him is the 37 of Conklin. Haven't mentioned Conklin much tonight, but he's been very consistently moving his way up through the field. Started 18th, currently up to 13th, but he's having to fend off the 21. The 21 is going to be Sean Russell. Started 23rd, up to 14th. Good move up there. And right behind him is going to be the 24 truck. That's Derek Branham, running where he started in 15th. Ralph Blair is right behind him in 16th. That's the 59 truck. Started 20th, currently up to 16th. Then you have Matthew Geringer, who was really fast in practice, but unfortunately it doesn't look like he can carry over to the race. Currently 17th. 11 truck. You see him hitting the bottom there, trying to make the bottom work. That's a tough way to go around, but we saw some success by the 64 truck. So we saw you could do it maybe on older tires was the key. Right behind him, you got the 55 truck just going through the field. That's the 55 of Jeff Bratton. Still currently running 18th, started 26th, so he's moved his way up a little bit. Just easing his way up through the field. And then the 80 of Kevin Cochran dropped back to 19th. I think he stayed out one lap. But meanwhile up front, we'll go back to the front here. Still the 6 truck with Jadrosic dominating right now. After he got around the 9 early on, he's set sail here. About a second up on the 73. The 73 is going to be Jeff Sharp. And then behind him, about half a second, is the 31 of Showing. So these guys all look pretty even right now, and once they kind of get spaced out, everybody just kind of rides. We're going to come around, and it's going to be 18 laps to go, so it's getting down to showtime. I don't know if it's eyes, my eyes playing tricks on me or what. The 9 looks extremely loose through the middle for some reason. It's just the way the truck's set up. And you see the 7 of Dustin Swingle running a little bit lower line. Honestly, William Long also running a little bit lower line than the 9 of Borst. So, not sure if that's planned or if that's something they found or something he found. Not really sure how that works. All right, the 31 starting to put pressure on the 73 for that second place spot. We'll go on board. Let's go on board with the 31 as he tries to run down the 73 here. Or not run down, he's there. Just trying to find a way around. Lost a little ground off turn 2 there. A little check up there. Guys are so, oh, we saw a little bit loose off turn 4 there. Tony Schoen kind of caught it there. But these guys are not messing around here. They're trying to get after it. And you see they're still pushing pretty hard. He's got quite a gap on John Borst. About a a little over 2 seconds of a gap. Back to Dustin Swingle, John Borst's teammate. Swingle's currently 4th, so no pressure there. He's just trying to chase down the 73 and see if he's got anything for the 6 in geodesy, but he's running out of laps. These guys are going to have to start making a charge if they're going to. We got a battle side by side. That's the 21. Sean Russell looking under the 37 of Conklin. And then behind them is the 24 and the 11 side by side for position. And you can see the high side prevail on both of those moves. Looks like Schoen's dropped off of Sharp a little bit here. Here comes the 64 on the pole sitter, the number 9 of John Borst, trying to take that 5th position away. He's going to look to the inside here and make a go of it here in turns 1 and 2. He's the only truck I've really seen be able to use that bottom lane. He dives to the bottom just to get position, and looks like he's going to have that position. Although the 9's going to get a big run off the corner, and actually no, he does a very good job of holding that middle. Moved the 64 of Stephen Cox up to 5th. Cox started 11th. And we've got a caution. Boy, that's going to add to the excitement here. We got a caution, a late race caution.
Correct, coming into pit road? Yes, I do, sir.
All right, let's check out really quick and see what that caution was for. All right, I believe that's going to be the 88 truck. Had some issues off the corner here. So we roll forward. The 88 coming off turn 2. That's the 98 of TJ Bartel directly behind him. Looks like TJ's up high. The 88 gets a little loose off the corner, gets sideways, overcorrects, and just the wobble of death there, and then gets hit by the 37 of Conklin. And both these trucks are going to take a hard hit. Well, at least the 37 hard hit the inside wall, and then the 88 manages to flip the 37 truck over. So 37 goes for a wild ride there. Let's go back to pit stops. And the 6 is able to hold off the charge of the 73. 73 is going to be second off. Looks like John Borst is going to be the third place truck off pit road. If I'm looking at that right, that's going to put John in third. So he's going to have a shot at this. Move from 7th to 3rd, though. That's a big move. I wonder if he took 2 tires. Let's see if we can talk to him right quick. Hey, John, this is Brody up in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Brody?
Hey, man, listen. You were running 7th when you pitted and come out 3rd. Anything you want to share with us?
Just 4 tires and fuel. I got to keep this thing loosed up. That little damage I got on the right corner has this thing so tight on old tires that I need to keep fueling it to get it to turn off the corner.
Yeah, we saw the contact with the wall there. It was unfortunate. Hard racing up front, man, and hard to pass, as you saw. Tell me how bad is it out there?
It's a lot of riding and praying that the guy in front of you has an issue. I don't really know how to pass, to be honest. This thing's so hosed right now that I'm just gonna pray new tires work, and these 2 in front of me have an issue.
Well, you're gonna have 7 laps to get it done, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, that was John Borst. That's his strategy. Wait and hope things happen in front of you. But I tell you, you don't want things happening too close in front of you. Then you'll get swept up in it. But yeah, I mean it's tough to pass out here. He's going to start third. He's going to start on the inside so he can make that diving move into turn 1 and 2 and hope and pray, I guess. Should be fun to watch. Like I said, they're going to have about 7 laps to go when they get the green flag here. And honestly, you want to be on the front row here if you can. So he may even try to make a pass on the 73, pray for another quick caution, restart on the inside or outside the front row, and have a better shot at this. I gotta give a shout out though to Stephen Cox, the 64 man. He's the one guy we saw make the bottom work. Currently in 6th place after his 14th starting position. Doing a well of a job out there, making those passes. He's one guy that we've seen make several passes. Will Long currently in 5th place. He's worked his way up to a top 5 running position. Not sure what happened to the 31 though. The 31 Snowden, Schoen, sorry, he dropped back to 8th place on that pit stop. So just must have had a bad pit stop or missed a stall or something. So unfortunate for those guys. But we're about to go green, man. We're about to settle this. They come through 3 and 4. We're waiting for the green. The pace car pulls off. 7 laps to go here. 7 to settle it. Guys waiting for the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's out. We're back underway here at Kansas, and the 6th truck gets another good start. He does. He jumps out to a pretty good lead, and then 9 of Borst actually was able to grab that 2nd place position away. Currently, and the 12's looking on the inside of the 73. So, and actually the 12's going to look on the inside of Borst for that 2nd position. But the high side is going to prevail here off turn 4, as they're 3 wide back in the pack, and they kind of settle that out. Oh, the 73 comes down and make contact with the 12. Oh! Wow. And he does a well of a job getting it slowed down and missing everybody. But that's, there's no caution for that. Everybody kind of kept going there. So the 9 DeBoerst, can he or does he have anything left for the 6 truck here? They're coming around. It's going to be 5 to go at the line. 5 laps to settle this. Let's see. We're going to go on board with Boris. Is he making up any time here? Currently half a second behind. We'll see how quickly he's back to the throttle. Teammate Schwingle in second and Stephen Cox in third. Sorry, Schwingle in third, Cox in fourth. We're looking at the leader. It looks like John lost a little time that lap, about a 10th. It's going to be tough to get there. Sherwood Williford up to 6th, trying to break into the top 5 here late. Guys side by side behind them. That's the 24 of Blair and the 59 of, I'm sorry, 29 of Branham and the 59 of, the 24 of Branham, the 59 of Blair. Meanwhile, there's 2 to go at the line, 2 laps left. And the 6 starts getting smaller than the windshield of the 9. This is the battle. Everybody else is kind of sorted out. And the 59's trying to squeeze in there. They make contact, but they keep going here. That's going to push the 24 back a couple positions, though. I'm sure he's not happy about that. Meanwhile, white flag's out. 1 lap to go for the 6 of Jodorsic. He has been dominant tonight. He's had the fastest truck for the most part. The 9 of Boris trying to run him down, but losing a little bit of time. Just nothing they can do but watch the 6 drive away. He comes through 3 and 4. Nice and clean, not a scratch on the truck. That's the way you want to do it. Out of 4. And he's going to come to the line and win tonight at Kansas Speedway in the FTSR Truck Series. John Boris second. Teammate Schwingle third. Stephen Cox fourth. Sherwood Williford, Sherwood Williford ended up 6th. Tony Showen 5th. David Hensley 7th. 8th is TJ Bartell. 9th, Charles Widner, and 10th place is going to go to Ralph Blair in the 59. A great job by the 6 on tonight's win. He did an outstanding job out front. Great restarts. Great holding his line, making his passes work, and what an awesome job he did tonight. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break, see if I can get the top 3 up here. We're going to talk to the top 3 finishers, have a little fun with this, and talk to them, see what they thought about the race, and we'll be right back after this. All right, we're back here at Kansas Speedway for the FTSR Truck Series, the Kansas 100, and we just finished, and we're going to see if we can talk with our third place finisher, a guy we've talked to a lot. Had a great run at Talladega and another solid run tonight. That's going to be the 7 of Dustin Swingle. Dustin, what a great job you did out there tonight. Just stable, solid, and slowly worked your way through the field and got a top 3 finish out of it.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous going into this race. Didn't practice very well, didn't qualify very well, but like you said, just kept on running my laps and tried to keep it off the wall best I could, and worked out to be a top 3 finish.
Well, Dustin, for a track that it's hard to pass on, tough to pass on, you came from 12th, ended up 3rd. I'd say it's a successful night, and a successful night for BS Motorsports for sure for both of you guys. 2-3 finish, one better, and one better you wanted, I'm sure. But great job for the team tonight.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's a tough track to pass on. I got quite a few positions in the first 10 laps or so, and I think that really helped just position me in that top 5 range and saw it on after that. But yeah, it worked out for me real well. John had an excellent qualifying run, and he was in the top 5 all day too. So good run for the both of us.
All right, Dustin. Well, great job tonight. Great third place finish. We're going to give you the mic. Give you shout outs to the guys maybe watching out there, or any sponsors you have.
Yeah, well, as always, I'm starting with Full Throttle TV for bringing the race to all the viewers, and FTSR for holding the race tonight. Gotta thank my sponsors, Line and Kugels, Johnsonville, 3M, Quick Trip, and my teammate in the 9, and all the guys back at the shop.
All right, well, there's your third place finisher tonight, Dustin Swingle in the 7 truck. John's the next one we're going to talk to. See if I can grab John. John, um, great run tonight, great qualifying effort. Came at one spot short of what you probably wanted, but battling through adversity with a little bit of damage and fighting your way back up to the field, man. Congrats.
Yeah, honestly, with how many trucks I've torn up this season, the second place is like a win for me at this point. And I honestly had nothing for Kevin. He was by far the class of the field tonight.
Shades of Gateway. That's all I can think of, as you were really fast there too. So had a great run tonight, man. Tell me a little bit about how tough this track is as far as running right up against the wall.
Yeah, it's you got about 8 feet to play with. It feels like on the track, right up against the fence. And if you get just barely into it, that thing sucks you in like it's got super glue on it. So you got to be nuts on, and you still have to kind of roll it up to the top a little bit, kind of almost like Darlington. And it's really hard to do. And Kevin was getting such a good run out of turn 4. I have no idea how he was maintaining that, to be honest.
Yeah, Kevin was extremely fast, but he just couldn't match you in qualifying. So congrats on a great qualifying run and a great second place finish tonight. John, we're going to give you the mic, and as I did with your teammate, he thanked you. We'll see if you return the favor here. We're going to give you the mic and throw your shout outs out to the guys watching.
I got to thank FTSR for giving all of us a place to play. You guys at Full Throttle TV for showing it to everybody and giving me something to watch later in the week. And Dustin for telling me to suck it up and actually finish this race out.
Well, that's a great job. And as your finisher tonight, in second place, it's going to be the 9 of John Borst. A great run tonight. Come at one spot short of where he qualified, but a really solid night. A really good rebound for him, too. And going to be a good points night as well. But nobody can match the speed of the 6 truck as he drove away in the final laps. Kevin Giadrasic is going to be your winner tonight in the 6 truck. Kevin, congratulations on the win, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Well, Kevin, we were just talking about how tough this track is and how tough it is to pass and everything, and you were kind of making me look bad. You made it look easy out there, man. Tell me about it.
Oh man, I mean, you ain't lying about it. It's definitely a tough track. Especially this race here. It was such a hot track. It was real slick. I mean, you had to feather that throttle pretty much the whole race.
Yeah, we saw guys getting loose off the corner. Actually, it's, both of our incidents happened, I think, off of turn 2 that caused cautions. We had one there at the end, man. I don't know if you saw it in the mirror, but the 73 and I believe Was it the 73 and 64 got together? I don't think it's the 64, but anyway, there was some contact there at the end. Did you think those guys were going to be able to get to you, or were you pretty safe at that point?
Well, I didn't see the contact, so I never knew that happened. Um, but yeah, I know I think it was the non-truck when he was in front of me there at the start of the race. I could tell that I was faster than he was through the corners. So then when I finally took the lead, I was watching, um, my my little black box that I got or whatnot, and I could just tell I was pulling away from him right there in the corner. So when I realized most of the race I had at least a second gap on second place, I wasn't too worried about it.
Well, you definitely had a hot ride tonight. That six truck was extremely fast. When I got up front, you were gone. So very impressive and great job tonight. Congratulations. As we do, I'm going to give you the mic though. First one of the season. I want you to tell the guys out there, or give your shout outs and let the guys know watching what you think.
Well, first off, I want to thank Austin Derbyshire, Matt Gruenberg, Jordan McAvoy. Those three guys have helped me progress as an iRacer tremendously. Um, just practice, man. The biggest thing I can advise on is just throttle control. Throttle control is going to be everything if you really want to try to run up front.
All right. Well, there's some very helpful tips from tonight's winner. Obviously, a very fast driver in a fast truck. Kevin Giodricic is going to take home the win tonight in Kansas. And man, he made it look good out there. He was fast, he was strong, got up front, and couldn't be touched. So this guy's gonna have a little work to do when we come back to try to run him down. We're gonna show you the finishing order here, the full finishing order for everybody here. So, like I said, Kevin Giodricic, your winner. John Boris and Dustin Swingle. We talked to those guys in the top three. Stephen Cox comes home in a fourth place finish. A great run for him. Tony Schoen in fifth in the 31. Sherwood Wilford finally works his way up to a sixth place finish tonight. David Hensley finishes seventh. TJ Bartel eighth. That's all the drop the rag racing guys right there, sixth, seventh, eighth. And then Charles Widener ninth, and Ralph Blair finishes up your top 10. Great run for Ralph. He's had some tough luck here lately and got a great top 10 finish. Matthew Geringer is going to finish 11th. 12th is going to be the 24 truck of Derek Branham. 13th, Jeff Bratner's the other drop to rag guy, the 55. Lane Allen, after a strong running early, was up in fourth. It's going to fall back to 14th here for the finish. 15th is going to be Kevin Cochran. 16th is going to be Jason Spear in 83. 17th is the 75 of Blair Stevenson. 18th is the 21, Sean Russell. Jamie Christensen falls to a 19th place finish after having a good run. And then Jeff Sharp in the 20th position after making contact with the 12. It was the 12 of William Long that made contact. So Will fell back to 21st after that contact, too. Brian Conklin having a tough night. We saw him barrel rolling down the backstretch in the 37. He finishes 22nd. 23rd is going to be Mike Grandy after a strong run, gets involved with the 4 of Brian Bliss, who finishes 24th. Those guys had tough nights. Chris Hughes finishes 25th and last on the field there after an early unscheduled pit stop, just couldn't rebound. So there's your top 25. And like I said, guys, coming up after this, don't forget, it's going to be the Xfinity Series from Kansas Speedway, called by yours truly at 9:30, about 30 minutes from now. I'm going to go get something to drink and refuel here and try to weather through an Xfinity Series race at Kansas as well. So make sure to catch that. We look forward to that, seeing who's going to end up being fast there. Also, don't forget Sundays at 7:30. We do the American Dirt Series Sprint Car Series, starting at 7:30 on Saturdays. And we're with the same guys on Tuesdays as well. Tuesdays at 9 o'clock p.m. That's a different time. That's the modified series. Um, so make sure when you're catching us for Thursday night, the Thursday night doubleheaders, catch us on Sundays and Tuesdays as well. Um, the same group of guys as far as announcers. This is American Dirt Series, different guys. These guys are really good on the dirt and a lot of fun to watch and very professional. So I think you'll enjoy that as well. We certainly do. Plenty of action, so make sure to check it out there. But I think we're going to wrap it up here at Kansas Speedway. Tonight's winner, the 6 of Kevin Giadricic, made it look easy. And I think he may be in the next race. So we'll see the Xfinity Series if it carries over or not. So for Brody Hanna, this is Full Throttle TV and the Full Throttle Sim Racing, the FTSR Truck Series. Until next time, which is 30 minutes, you guys stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.